promised, here's my first go live via my Fashion Your Future Facebook page. I've just secured the domain, so today I'll be, or later today, I'll be taking previous videos from my personal page and I'll be putting them onto the website. So I'll let you know when that's fully live and up and running. So my topic for today is, if you've ever watched any makeover shows and they talk about what you should wear, what not to wear, all those sort of things. Firstly, they never talk about your energy type, and I've been reading some interesting books on your energy, your temperament is what it's otherwise known as, and how you should dress according to what your temperament is. I will be getting into that into a lot more detail at a later stage, but most people haven't even heard of the concept. Furthermore, most of those makeover shows never even recommend making your own clothing. I think I've seen one, it was based in the UK, where you basically shop each other's wardrobe. You bring an item you don't wear anymore, and you then put that on the rack and take from somebody else's rack that they had brought that they weren't going to wear anymore. So I bought this fabric, this orange fabric, about a week or two ago, and I really like it. It's really comfortable. It's nice and stretchy. I haven't finished it. I still haven't done the edging and stuff, but I wanted to show you my work in progress. I'm not entirely happy with the neckline. I'm gonna have to figure out a way around that, because between you and me, I'm a very lazy sewer. Don't give me darts and pleats and anything too structured. The fabric is stretchy, which means it's comfortable, which is right up my alley, and also means it's very forgiving. So if I've made it too tight, it'll probably still fit. Although in this case, I think with the neckline being what it is, I think I've made it too big. I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to fix that. I'm open to suggestions. If you have any fantastic suggestions, please put them in the comments. I'm waiting. Anybody, feel free. Go ahead. Don't delay. Don't be shy. Seriously. So today I'm stuck behind my sewing machine, busy with all of this. As you can see, hardly any makeup. I'm probably going to be pottering around in the garden as well. It's actually cool today, which is pleasant. It's been blisteringly hot. So I just want to get the stuff done. Orange, in terms of the emotional association with orange. And yes, I'm reading from a book, a very interesting book. Having a ball with this, which is where I'm drawing some of my inspiration from in terms of the prophetic meaning of colors. But orange speaks of enthusiasm and energy and cheerfulness and innovation. Well, that just sounds like me. It sounds like Tigger, doesn't it? So that's what I'm busy doing today. I might take some photos of the garden later on, but maybe before the garden service comes and then after the garden service comes. Because, yeah, usually when I get stuck into the garden, Bruce yells at me afterwards and says, "You've hacked your garden." And I tell him, "It's cheaper than shopping." To which he usually replies, "Well, what do you want next? The saw, a scalpel, secateurs, whatever." Which brings me back to, why don't makeover shows suggest making your own clothing? I don't have an overlocker. This is not overlocked. I use a zigzag stitch and a straight stitch. That's it. In fact, when I bought this fabric, I actually bought 3 pieces of fabric. I bought this one. I brought a sort of a light turquoise color for a night dress. The one I had torn to shreds. It was old. It was 20 years old. And I bought some stripy fabric as well. And I really made a bit of an idiot of myself at Shamdor when I bought this, because the woman was ringing it up. I bought 1.5 meters of each of them. This one particularly because there was actually a flaw in the fabric and I needed to make sure I had enough to work around it. I still bought too much. Now I think it was, what, 4.5 meters in total? Definitely bought too much fabric. So I'll be posting this on Upcycle Cloth Collective as well, and get some ideas on what to do with stretchy t-shirting type fabrics. But yeah. So there I was, ready to pay at Shamdor, and she rang up and she rang up and she rang up, and I was like, okay, it came to like $146, and I'm waiting. Oh, I said, 146 Rand, that's the total. She's like, yeah. Imagine going to Edgar's, Chewers, Fascini's, Stutterford's, Garlics. Oh, hang on, those two aren't around anymore. Milady's, Queen's Park, Contempo, Exact, Fashion World, Donna Claire, any of the large department stores. What would you get for 146 Rand? Seriously? even if you asked your friend with a sewing machine to whip up something easy for you. Now, bear in mind, I don't make clothing for other people. I tried it once. It did not go down well. We're kind of sort of not friends no more. But you can go with your friend, go and buy the fabric that you like, that works for you, and then get it made, because then you'll have something that fits you, that's not from what everybody else is wearing that they've gone and bought from the shops. So if you have a sewing machine, get it out, get it serviced if it needs to be. I haven't actually serviced my sewing machine in decades. In fact, I started sewing again in 2016 when my stepdaughter was getting married, and I went to one of the bridal shops. She told me what the colors were, and there was a dress there. It was gorgeous. It was just the right color. It was this teal aqua color, sort of a mint sea green kind of color. It was 2,600 Rand for one dress, and I had an epiphany. Let me go and look for fabrics. I hadn't done that in over 20 years. I kid you not. Over 20 years. And since then, which is basically, in fact, her wedding anniversary was this last weekend. They've been married 2 years now. And yeah, basically in the last 2 years, I've still yet not spent the full 2,600 Rand that I would have spent on that outfit. And I've probably made about 20 items, some skirts, some tops, and so on. The first one I tried, I made a bit of a botch. Maybe I'll share that with you tomorrow. I made a bit of a botch up with it, and I'll show you how I worked around it. And look forward to seeing you then. And please share this page and invite your friends to come and like the page too. And I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one.